Alright, so if you haven't already heard, Chelsea want to sign Marc Guehi. Oh well, re-sign. Now this is backed up by both Fabrizio Romano, one of the most, not the most, the most trusted source in football news, right? And then Sky Sports, a very, very certified outlet, yeah, I guess you could say. Now, first and foremost, my opinions. I like it. I like it, right? An international player for England as well, full of talent. It's not easy to get into, first of all. Second of all, Crystal Palace's captain. And mind you, he's only been there for about 3 years. I think we're going on to his fourth, if I'm not mistaken. It's and he is young. He's about what, 24 now? Not that young, but for a centre back, young, right? And to be a captain at that age, it reminds me of a time where when Chelsea used to have captains, international captains, all across the pitch. Those were good times, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But regardless, those times are gone, and now comes the new Chelsea, and Marc Guehi would be a good addition and a good sign, not only because of his ability, not only because of what we see with the eyes, but the accolades he's achieved, the stats, it's unquestionable. And then you want to add on the eye test and all these other things where we know he's a good player. 8 out of 10 performances is great. But with that being said, a lot of fans have been coming out in the media and saying, well, he's a good defender, but we had this boy, we had this Cobham graduate 3-4 years ago, and now we want to rebuy him after selling him for only 18 million, and the predicted Tice price tag is about 70 million. So you're talking about a 50 million loss, more or less. So it's not good for the books, and that's why potentially maybe it's a better idea to get someone else. Maybe let's not rush it. Let's get someone in the summer where we have more time, more scouting. Just it's a better environment for transfers in general, right? January's a bit muddled and packed, but look, in terms of actual reports, Marc Guehi isn't the only player Chelsea are trying to get. And I say get, not sign, because we already have a player on the books. We already have a talented, very good centre back who can also play left back. Oh, sorry, right back. You know, no more the sassy there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. And yeah, you already know who he is. I'm not gonna say it. Forgot his name now. Trevor Chalobah. Yeah, yeah, we have him, and we have a recalling clause, so we can call him back like that, and he's in the squad. And Trevor Chalobah would be very good here. He would start week in, week out, I believe, over Tosin, most likely. Even if he doesn't, at right back where Reece is still trying to recover, Gusto's Having Chalobah there would be amazing. I can see already Colwill, Tosin, Colwill, Tosin, and then on the right you'd have I'm forgetting names today. I'm sorry, guys. Chalobah, right? 3 centre backs. Now Chalobah has a good amount of athleticism to be able to be a bit more active, kind of like the Kyle Walker role, right? Obviously not as good as Prime Kyle Walker, but he do a job there. Much better than Disasi. So much better than Disasi. I say that with every inch of my heart. Now, that would then also allow Cucurella to do what he loves most, going forward, bombing on, inverting in the midfield. So much opens up with that, and it's cheap. You know what? You know how cheap it is? Is that much. It's that much cheap. It's that much cheap. So a great option, and I think if he's up for it, because we excluded him from the squad, we treated him very badly as if he wasn't one of our own. So if he's disheartened from that, if our relationship has been broken, then it is what it is. But if it's still there, if Chalobah's up for it, man, and he can, bring in the passion, because that's what we've been missing this season as well, great. If not, Guehi's a good option. Expensive option, £70 million, especially for a centre back, especially for a centre back that isn't necessarily world class. Not yet, at least. Possibly, very, very possibly. Probably even, I'd say, likely, right? But definitely not guaranteed. He's not that yet, and £70 million for a centre back is what I'd consider a fee for a world class player. Now, with that being said, Gavardio went for 100 million as a centre back. Now, he's been good over the course of last season and this season, but world class, especially considering 30 million more than what Guehi's been reported, and English player, and he's been at Chelsea before, so it's not bad. It's definitely not a transfer you look at, because back in the summer when United and Newcastle wanted him, and obviously they still do, guys were making memes. You get me? If you were anywhere on the internet, you'd see everything. 70 million player for 70 million pounds. Oh my god, I'm so finished today. 70 million pounds for a player like that. Like, Marc Guehi's good, right? Now, yes, overpriced, but if you consider the tax that comes in to the added tax that comes in with 2025, listen to that number, 2025. We've been doing these big numbers for players that aren't worth that, but that's just the inflation. So I think, yeah, Marc Guehi, brilliant player. It'd be good to have him on board. Chalobah, cheaper, still as good, and could even fill a role where Guehi probably can't, as a right back. So it makes sense. It makes so much sense to bring in either of them, and I'd have either of them, please. Just my most, for me at least, I think most people would agree, Disasi is our worst defender, I'd say, followed by Tosin or Badiashile, because Badiashile came in at first great, then he had so many mistakes with Pochettino, and then now this season he played a few games, he's looked good. So if he can continue that, then he's better than Tosin. Now Tosin, I like, especially since when he first came, free. That's really good. He's tall, good with his feet. So I like Tosin too because of just the body he brings, right? And the technical ability he's capable of. But he's just a bit slow. Same with Disasi. The similar problems with Disasi. Now, still better than Disasi. Much less mistakes than Disasi. So Tosin's acceptable as a centre-back, as a rotational centre-back in the squad. I'm okay with that, right? But Fofana's out for the rest of the season, apparently. And I can't see Tosin there for the rest of the season, because then I'd say we're in threat of not achieving top four. And I think with a centre-back, with Guehi or Chalobah, it's guaranteed for me. No doubts in my mind. Especially with Saka out, especially with Forest ahead of us. No disrespect. So, look, I don't know what more to say. But what I will say is that there has been a report. Now, I'm not sure if this is 100%. I think a reporter said this, but what I've heard is that Chelsea have already made a bid for Guehi. What's the date? 6th of January for me. We've already bid for him. Like this rumor started about 7 hours ago, right? It's very new, and we've apparently already bidded. So a bit. Is that what we're on? Are we that quick? Are we that silent to make a bid within 6 hours of rumors? I doubt it. But I'll say it anyways. The report is that we made a bid which was considered a silly offer by Crystal Palace. So it's not that it can't happen. Absolutely, I can see us bidding maybe 45 million and then maybe getting rejected. It's possible. But again, I doubt that we'd make an offer so quick. And especially like since Guehi's been on the market for a minute. Not by Palace, but by the eyes of these clubs, right? And players wanted him, and Crystal Palace came out and said clearly they want 70 million minimum, right? So would we make a 45 million bid in January mid-season? It's just stupid to do. I don't think we would do that. But if we did, so be it. We just got rejected. Then we can go back again. But like I said, right now it's two options, right? Again, I'm not fully adverse to waiting until summer for a proper signing. But if we're gonna do that, then please call back Trevor. I like Trevor. Now, Achampong too, I've heard people saying, neither, keep Achampong, play him. Yeah? With all due respect, the guy's not 18, I think. He's not the next Lamine Yamal. We can't be giving him regular playing time. Of course, I'm okay with Achampong playing a couple games here, FA Cup, whatever. But Conference League, especially, I love to see him in the Conference League. But I don't want to be seeing him in the Premier League starting week in, week out. And neither do I want to see Tosin. I like Tosin, but honestly, sometimes there's this one thing Jose Mourinho once said that he learned through his manager, because he was an assistant to a manager before. I think it was it Madrid or Barcelona? I think Barcelona. I think it was Barcelona. Not too sure on that. But essentially, Ronaldo came in, R9, and the manager said we're switching out the striker who's been playing well for R9, and then Mourinho was like, I'm sure you've all seen this interview, and then Mourinho was like, but you can't do that. He's been playing well, yeah. And then the manager came out and said to him that, do you want to be a nice guy, or do you want to win? And it's one of those cases. I like Tosin. I like his personality. I like that he came on a free, especially because for a free, man, he's a very good player. It's a steal. But no, I don't want to be a nice guy. I want to win. And to do that, I think we need Chalobah. Because, look, like I said, I don't even mind Tosin starting, actually. But I need, at the very least, Cucurella to be going forward. Because Gusto is wishy-washy. I like Gusto, but he's young. He needs to get there. He's not really an inverter. He's more of like a just bum up and make the cross. Like, he did that well for Pochettino. This season, he's playing a different role. He's not been as good, right? So, with him being wishy-washy, I need at least either a good centre-back like Chalobah or Marc Guehi next to Levi Colwill, or at least I'm going to need Chalobah on the right as a right-back. Then I'll allow Tosin, who is a bit wishy-washy, but when he's got Chalobah next to him, I have faith in both of them. Then Levi Colwill, our best defender by far. Then you have Cucurella to make inverts to go up, and then the three at the back with Cucurella going up. It makes so much sense. I love that. It's so good, and I'd like to see that. So Chalobah, if you can forgive us, mate. Yeah, let's recall you. Come cook. If not, Guehi. Honestly, I don't mind. Like I said, personally, it's not my decision. I'm not flipping Todd Bowley. I'm not flipping what's the other guy? I'm not Clear Lake, mate. Yeah, I'm not gonna make these decisions. I'm just a YouTuber at the end of the day, but a fan. I'm a big fan. So my opinion, in some sort of way, matters, right, to the club, and everyone's opinions matters. So at the end of the day, my opinion, they're both good, both great options. Maybe Chalobah makes more sense in my opinion, but I'm not opposed to either. But in terms of doing nothing, is something I don't agree with. All right, we've obviously bought Anselmino in, but again, 18. He's not gonna be certified. Let's say that, certified, and I need certified players in the squad for us to get Champions League. Yeah, no messing about, mate. None of that bollocks. Yeah, let's bring in a good centre back and let's finish third. Let's finish second even if we can. Probably going to be City because they're right up there. Newcastle, they've been they've been very good recently. So they're going to probably be top 5. To be fair, all we need is top 5, but top 4 is more traditional, which makes more sense in terms of getting Champions League, because obviously the 5th spot is most likely going to be available with Chelsea winning the Conference League. Come on. And then obviously Liverpool, City, every other Premier League team cooking in the Champions League. So look, guys, that's it for me. What do you guys think? Let me know your opinions. Recall Chalobah, sign Guehi now, do nothing and sign another player in summer, because I'm not going to give you the option of not signing a centre back forever. Like, you're going to have to choose. It's going to be now, in the summer, or just bring Chalobah back. Because in terms of where I personally see Chelsea being in the next season, is that we need to be killers, and we can't. I really want us to win a Premier League next season. 2026 champions, Chelsea. Let's be there, boys. I'll see you next week.